Assalamu alaikum students, this is Ms. Beena. I'm here to explain you the same chapter, polymerization and plastics. This is the next lecture. Let's have a short review of the previous lecture of the chapter. In the previous lecture we studied what is polymerization and its different examples. So polymerization is a process of reacting monomer molecules together in a chemical reaction to form polymer chains. We discussed in detail that polymerization is a process which is very important, and it is done in industries where small monomer molecules that are unsaturated hydrocarbons are reacted together and they are forming new long chain molecules that are called polymers. Unsaturated hydrocarbons can undergo polymerization to form many different types of polymers. For example, polythene, polyvinyl chloride, polypropylene and polystyrene. So all these examples and their polymerization reactions are already discussed in the last lecture. Now we are going to discuss some important uses of these polymers. For instance, polythene, the first polymer, it is used to make plastic bags and bottles, cling film, which is the wrapping sheet, the plastic wrapping sheet, which is used for food items. Polyvinyl chloride, or also called PVC, it is used to make drain pipes, Wellingtons. There are plastic boots and covering for electric cables. Polypropylene is used for making crates and ropes, and polystyrene is used to make the fast food cartons, plastic cups and packaging materials. Plastics are polymers. The materials we call plastics are in fact polymers. So all those plastics that are having different uses and we use them in our domestic life is all made up of polymers. Today we are going to discuss the general properties of these plastics. First of all, they do not conduct electricity and are poor conductors of heat. So they are insulators and they cannot conduct heat or electricity. They are unreactive. Most are not affected by air, water or chemicals. It makes them useful but hard to get rid of too. So all the plastics are unreactive, therefore they are having many uses, and because they do not corrode easily and they do not react with air or water, therefore they are easily used for different purposes. They are strong. This is because their long molecules are attracted to each other by a strong covalent bond. So plastics are hard to tear or pull apart. Because they are polymers and many monomers have been joined together to form the long chain molecules. So in long chain molecules, the covalent bonds become stronger, and in this way, their resistant power also increases. One more important property of a plastic is how it behaves on heating. Some melt when we test them with a hot nail, some others char, which means that they burn partially and the surface turns black. It means there are two types of plastic materials. There are the polymers. Some plastics melt when we heat them. They are called thermo-softening plastics. And the other plastics that cannot melt because they are not soft, they are hard. They only char, which means that if we heat them, they will not melt, but they will be turning into black surface and they will burn partially. Let's discuss the first type of plastics, that is thermo-softening plastics first. In some plastics, the long polymer chains are attracted to each other but not linked together. This plastic is flexible and will soften and melt when we heat it because the chains can bend and slide over each other. So the polymer molecules in these thermo-softening plastics slide over each other. They are tangled but they are not cross-linked, means that they are present as parallel and they can easily be separated from each other, therefore they start melting when we heat them. It is called a thermo-softening plastic because heat softens it. On cooling, it hardens into its new shape. So once they are cooled again, so they harden into a new shape. It can be melted again when they will be provided heat, they will melt again. They are no good for light bulb sockets. The reason is the same, because on heating they start melting. Therefore, we are not using them for light bulb sockets. Instead, we use the second type of plastics. Example of thermosoftening plastics are polythene, PVC, which is polyvinyl chloride, etc. The second type is thermosetting plastics. In other plastics, the chains are cross-linked by strong covalent bonds. This plastic is rigid and will break rather than bend. It won't melt or soften on heating, it chars instead. So this plastic is very rigid and hard. It will not melt or soften, but if we heat it, it will start to char, which means that it will burn partially and it can be broken or its surface turns black. This is because the cross links stop the chains bending or sliding, so it cannot be bent and it cannot slide because cross-linked chains of polymers are present. I will show you the picture as well. It is called a thermosetting plastic because it sets into shape while it is being made. So once it is being made, its shape is set and then its shape cannot be changed either by heat or any other factor. Therefore, it is called a thermosetting plastic. Examples are bakelite and melamine. Melamine is used for crockery and bakelite is used for other different purposes. For instance, they are used to make plastic jewelry and buttons, etc. Now you can see the picture here. These two pictures are showing the two different types of polymer plastics. The first one is the tangled web of polymer chains are relatively easy to separate. So this is a thermosoftening polymer in which you can see that these chains are present parallel to each other. They are somewhat tangled but they can easily be separated. Therefore, they start melting when we heat them. And the second diagram is the thermosetting plastic. Chains fixed together by strong covalent bonds. This is called cross-linking. So in this plastic, cross-linked covalent bonds are present between the polymer chains. Therefore, they cannot be melted. Instead, they will break on applying pressure. So these are two different types of polymer plastics. Okay, students, here the chapter is ended and the remaining questions are here. What is a thermosoftening plastic? Write its three uses. Next question, what is a thermosetting plastic? Why is it used for the fittings that hold light bulbs? And the last question is, which type of plastic melts on heating? Write any three examples. Here the final semester syllabus is also ended. Go through the chapter, learn the chapter, revise it and solve all these questions in your fair journals. Thank you very much, students. Allah Hafiz.